All right, and welcome to another exciting edition of the iTech Show. I am Jared Bodine.
I'm Asher Ridenauer.
That's
I really got to get a new radio name.
just Asher R, maybe.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, the name isn't bad, but it's a little cumbersome for radio. That's all I'm saying.
What about my middle name starts with a C? Should we just do Asher C?
Ugh, no.
Worse?
No, I don't. Not worse, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with your last name. I don't want you to feel guilt of your last name.
It is kind of a weird last name.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's what you want to use. We'll figure that out. Maybe we should have a listener contest to come up with Asher's new name.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you were kind of born with like a good radio name, so.
Why, thank you very much. Everything about me just screams radio.
Please never do that. Please never do that.
You can
again.
be jealous. That's okay. I don't mind.
I'm definitely not.
Yeah, you are, but it's okay. You don't have to admit it.
We'll
there is a lot of things on the plate today, and we didn't talk too much. And you and I purposely try not to talk too much in between shows because then we've already said everything there is to say.
Yeah, this is true.
But we do have some similar things on our lists of things we want to talk about.
Yeah.
I want to start because it's still kind of relevant is with some of the latest Apple releases.
Yes.
Right now.
Okay, yeah.
Because they dropped some new stuff this last week.
It did.
So what is the stuff that you've seen that they dropped?
So really the only thing I saw was the MacBook Neo.
Yeah, that was the big one.
That was the big one. I did hear something about like an iPad, but the MacBook Neo was like the first real kind of competitor to like lower end Windows machine.
Well, yeah. So do you remember when they came out with the MacBook?
Which one? Like, are we talking like the OG MacBook?
No. Just like there's MacBook Pros. Yeah. They've had different versions, but there was one that was just the MacBook.
Was it the 12-inch one?
It was like really small.
Yeah.
Had one USB-C port.
USB-C port and the butterfly switches.
Port and those bad butterfly switch keys. Yeah. Which were those keys that were very problematic.
They were good keys unless you got a piece of dust under them and then they would just die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do remember when that got released.
So I feel like the MacBook Neo is another one of those.
You think?
Yeah. You know, in fact, if you look at the way it's spelled, I think if you took the E out of there, it would be more accurate.
MacBook No.
The MacBook No.
Really? I think it's good.
I mean, okay, so it starts at $600, right?
Yeah, it's like $599.
And is that with 256 gig of storage or 512?
I think it's 256, 8 gig.
That sounds about right.
It might be 16.
You know, one thing I will say, I used to really give Macs a hard time about the RAM because the way that they did RAM was always less than a comparable Windows device. Yeah. But one thing that I've heard people kind of say, and I've heard employees of Apple say this, and having used a Mac a little more now, I got to say they're kind of right about this. And it's not about the specs, it's about the user experience.
Yeah.
And yes, it has less on paper for RAM.
You don't notice that.
But yeah, it functions well enough that it doesn't kind of matter.
Yeah, I did. So on my Mac, I have a MacBook Pro M1.
Yeah.
So it's got the, like M1, like the first M1 series chip in there. Works great. I've never really had problems. It's an 8 gig 256 model.
Yeah, it's a little.
So it's base. It's
base. Yeah.
So, I ran a VM off of that thing, and my VM was running Windows with 6 gigs of RAM. So I only had 2 for Mac OS.
Oh wow!
And Mac OS still ran like 5 times better than the VM. Now really? I will say
the VM was clunky.
Yeah, VM was real clunky.
But what was their VM software you were? Well, it's like one step back. What is a VM? Because I don't think everyone knows what we're talking about.
A VM is a virtual machine. So computer inside of a computer.
Yeah. So
digitally.
You have the main operating system or the host OS,
which would be Mac OS.
Mac OS.
Yeah.
But inside of that, there's a program that creates a virtual computer setup, so you can have Windows installing in a way that it thinks it's on its own computer.
Yeah. And since I was on an M1 chip, which is Mac OS's like flagship, like their special chip.
It's their custom hardware. Mm-hmm. Back when the Mac was using Intel processors, it would work natively. It was easy. So what is the program you were using, the hypervisor, if you will?
So it's called UTM.
I don't know that one.
You don't?
No.
It's actually, I would say, so VirtualBox is a different hypervisor.
Sure, I know that one.
UTM. UTM is like the Mac version of it.
Okay.
VirtualBox does work, but it's a little clunky. So UTM is used for more like Mac type stuff. It's like $10 to buy
okay.
it. So it's not free like VirtualBox,
Yeah.
but I think I bought it one time and then like just never
Oh.
use it again.
Most people I know that are Mac users, they like to use Parallels.
Oh yeah,
That's the most popular
yeah.
one for Mac users.
The only reason I don't use Parallels is because of how expensive it is.
It's pricey.
It's pricey.
But you get what you pay for.
Isn't it like $100 a year?
I don't remember because I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, I'm not paying for that either.
I've looked it up before and I've thought about it, but I'm like, I think what kind of killed Parallels was really good when they were using Apple Silicon.
Yeah.
You know, and then they switched to Intel, and I think that kind of hurt Parallels market a little bit.
Wait, is it the other way around?
No, like they had their own version. They called it the Power PC. It wasn't their own custom chip. It was Motorola made. But before Intel, they did also have their own proprietary chip.
Yeah.
And then in like 2000, I don't know the exact year. I think it was like 04, 05. They switched into Intel. And then suddenly Parallels wasn't as popular anymore because Windows could run natively on it.
Yeah.
You didn't need a special program. And there were still people who loved Parallels and would still use it, but it wasn't as necessary. In fact, Apple even put out this program called Boot Camp.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember Boot Camp.
And Boot Camp was there to facilitate the ability to just switch over to Windows easily, which had to have hurt Parallels' bottom line.
1000%.
But now that they're back on their own custom chip now again that doesn't support Windows, it's got to be great for their business, right?
It has to be. With Parallels, I would say the only real downside to it is that it is so expensive.
Yeah, the
UTM is cheaper, but it has more kind of quirks to it.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's like a Mac version of that VirtualBox that we've used when we're doing Windows, that we want to have other virtual machines inside of a Windows host.
Yeah, and I mean, VirtualBox does work on Mac. I'm pretty sure.
I've never tried it. I don't know if there's a Mac version.
I think I tried it once. I don't know if it was VirtualBox or something else.
Well,
but
I think there was one back when they ran Intel. I don't know if there's a VirtualBox that works with an Apple M1, M2 type chip anymore.
We should also probably explain why there's a difference between those chips.
Okay.
So M1 any of the M series chips are what's called ARM, which is basically it just processes information differently. It's typically better on battery life.
You gonna go into the RISC versus CISC architecture?
I'm not going all that.
Going deep?
I'm not going that
okay.
deep. But it's typically better low power and kind of just better at that.
Well, it's better for some things.
Yeah, not all of it though.
Right. I mean, there are still really good use cases for Windows style of architecture, which coincidentally is called the x64 architecture.
Yeah.
If someone really wants to know what that's all about.
x86, x64.
Well, x86 is no longer in use. Yeah.
It's
but
commonly referred to.
It's just the way the processor takes the data and the way it processes it and handles it, and just the logical process of how it does that.
Yeah.
But I mean, ARM in general isn't that great typically. I mean, look at it in phones.
Yeah, no, phones all use ARM, I'm pretty sure, right? Except for like the occasional. Has a phone ever used?
As far as I know, phones are pretty much always more of an ARM architecture. You know, that other style. And like you look at those like cheaper Android tablets on the market, and they're so sluggish. And even some of the nicer ones, like I have a Samsung tablet that's supposed to be one of the higher end. It's like a Galaxy Tab something. I don't know. It's supposed to be one of the nicer ones. And compared to the iPad, it's not the same. And so ARM kind of has had a bad rap, but I think with Apple Silicon, the way that they've done it outstrips any other manufacturer for ARM.
I do have to give them props for that. I'm not a big Mac person. Like
I didn't think you were, but you're singing the Mac song today.
No, okay. So
I mean, look at you trumping up this whole, I'm gonna go get the MacBook Neo tomorrow.
I am not getting the MacBook.
I got that impression. That was subtext.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's because like for people that don't know computers too well, Windows has a ton of things where it will just kind of break on itself.
Yeah.
Mac OS is better at just working constantly. Mac OS is definitely less versatile.
Yeah.
Like you can't use it in every case, but like for students and stuff like that, a cheap MacBook.
I think Mac OS is fine. But you know, here's one of the catches of the Neo that you haven't really, I don't know if you know this.
What is it?
It's not using one of those M1, M2 chips.
Yeah, I didn't know this. It's using a cell phone chip.
It's using an iPhone processor.
I don't know how I feel about that.
See?
We got to see the performance on it.
That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah.
That's part of why it's cheaper.
Well, yeah, and plus Apple's Apple, so yeah.
But that does lead to a good battery life.
It does.
You know, but they made a smaller battery, so you still only get 16 hours. So they could have Because they want to make it very portable and very light,
I
right?
mean, you do gotta give props to Mac,
Yeah.
though, like, 16 hours is their bottom,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
I mean, with Windows, you're lucky to get, like, 10 usually.
The camera's not 4K. It's 1080p.
I kinda figured that one.
So the pros, the MacBook Pros have like 4 or more speakers. This has just the standard 2, which I'm okay with. I'm just putting it out there that there's a difference, but I don't mind that. 13-inch screen is decent.
13-inch screen's
I'm
alright.
okay with that. So there's a lot of things about it I like. It does have the Touch ID, the fingerprint reader.
Oh, okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. So I like that. Um it's got things I like. What I'm not seeing, and I gotta look at a different page, I wanna look at all the different ports because to me,
I feel like it's gonna have, like, 1 or 2 USB-C ports and maybe an audio jack.
yeah, I gotta see if I can find this because 'cause they're kind of burying the lead here, and they do that
Oh,
sometimes.
Mac does that all the time. I mean, from what I've seen from Macs, they're pretty good at custom making operating systems to the hardware. Because that's why their unified memory works so
Well,
well.
that's always been their thing too,
Yeah.
right? They've always been, you know, we I think it was Jobs who even said that if you're gonna be really good software manufacturer, you have to make the hardware
I may have been
and
him.
vice versa.
Yeah. Windows is just they try to make it for
But,
everything.
you gotta give Windows credit. How many devices in the world from how many different manufacturers all run Windows and today relatively well?
I mean, if we're going that debate, how many of them run Linux, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same amount, though.
Well, Linux beats it out by a market share.
Well, okay, I mean, Linux is easier on the hardware, but Windows is able to make a platform that can run with so many different manufacturers, making it so many different ways and so many different combinations. That's not nothing for someone
No,
who's not building them together,
it is props.
right?
However, the fact that Microsoft just likes to run updates whenever they want and you don't really get a choice in it,
Yeah.
and a lot of people think it's a virus or something and break their computer while
Eh,
it's updating.
that can happen.
It
Yeah.
happens a lot. I see it on a day to day.
I've never done that, but I know I'm not the average person,
Yeah.
so not
Well, because
fair.
think about it. You boot up your computer and you just see a spinning circle.
Yeah, well, they usually put something on there. Like now, especially with 11, there's text on there that says updating,
But you
just wait
can't
a
always
moment.
listen to that because you also get the pop-ups that say, "You've had an error on your computer, call Microsoft."
Oh, well,
Which for anybody, please do not ever call
but
Microsoft.
no, do call Microsoft, but don't use the number that pops up
They
on your
don't have a
screen.
number.
That's not legit.
Microsoft does not have a personal number.
Well, there is a number you can call for some things. I've done it.
Have you?
Yes.
Did they remove it recently? Because I've never seen a number that you can
It
call
didn't
for.
show up on the screen. No. But I have there are numbers out
Okay.
there because I had some troubleshooting issues that were like beyond tier 2 tech support level.
Oh, okay.
And I did go to their like techs
So you called for help.
yeah, I mean, I had to it was a weird custom registry edit that I couldn't find in any of their white papers, but when I spoke to a Microsoft representative, they walked me through it.
What is
So
the registry though? Because you're gonna have to explain what that is.
yeah, so registry is where all of the commands of Windows actually sits. Everything you click on, everything you see as visual is really not what the operating system is getting its instructions from. That's just a way that the user can interact with the settings, and all those settings, all the commands, all the instructions, everything for Windows is in one central place. It's called the registry, and it
Mhm.
just looks like garbled text. And
Very garbled
yeah,
text with
you can't goof around in there without possibly ruining things, so you really have to be careful.
So for a hobby, you should just go in there and delete as many files as you can and just see what happens.
On your computer, yes.
If you know how to reload Windows.
On my computer, no.
Well, okay. So, you know what? Let's throw some history out there.
Okay.
Since we're talking about Mac and Windows,
Yeah.
who came up with the graphical user interface?
Oh, well, that was Xerox.
Was it really?
Yes.
I thought it was okay.
Yes.
Okay, well,
You were in my class,
know.
Asher. Come on. We watched
This
a
has
whole
been a year.
movie about it.
I didn't.
You weren't there that day?
I was, but I had to take a test.
So you didn't see Pirates of the Silicon Valley?
I didn't see the full movie. I only got there at the tail end.
Oh, Asher.
Because didn't you have an ad that played in it or something?
A couple ads.
Yeah.
I was in a few of the commercials.
Yeah, you were.
Not to brag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cut the very last ad.
Oh, man. All right. So here's what happened.
Okay.
So Apple and Microsoft were really kind of being co-developed, and I don't mean together, just simultaneously in separate camps.
I think Mac started first, right?
They were kind of simultaneous,
Okay.
really. I mean, they were doing like Microsoft was doing stuff for the Altair and all that stuff, whereas Macs were kind of doing it for their own hardware from the beginning. They've
Yeah.
always done it for
Yeah.
their own
They
hardware.
started out in the garage with the
Yeah, and the wood case.
Yeah.
I mean, that's legendary. If you can get your hands on one of those now, they're worth a lot more than the wood. I mean, it's crazy. But what happened was they got to the point where they were starting to get bigger simultaneously, and rather than try and be straight competitors, well, okay, let me back up one step further. So as Apple was trying to find a way to get more and more market dominance, their big competitor that they thought of wasn't Microsoft.
Was it Xerox?
No, it was IBM.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They were trying to take down IBM. They were the big mainframe.
Okay, yes, I did know about
baddies,
this
right?
part. I saw that the end part of
Right.
that.
But back then it was all command line interface. There was no graphical
Yeah, yeah.
user. There was no mouse.
It's just black and white text.
Yeah, it was a black screen, and you had 3 choices actually. Depending on the monitor you had. You could have green, white, or orange.
Orange.
But you couldn't change them on the fly. It's how the monitor itself was
Oh,
manufactured.
okay.
Depended on those 3 colors. It was the technology of the monitors. So depending on what brand you bought or model you brought, the orange screens, oh man, those were interesting. But anyway, so those were it. And if you didn't know the command, you'd have to look it up or type in other commands like help or whatever to try and get ideas of what you could type. So what they did is they went and looked for other technologies that would work well. And yeah, they ran into they went to Xerox. Xerox had the special like R&D department.
Okay.
Xerox PARC, I think is what they called it, PRC. And they got invited in for whatever reason. Steve Jobs, I don't know what his deal was. He was just really good at talking to people and getting indoors. They let him in.
Yeah, wasn't he like known as like okay, I don't want to talk bad about Steve Jobs.
Like a industry pirate.
Yeah.
They
also pretty good at manipulating people.
They literally hung a pirate flag from their campus.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah. He was also known for not treating his employees the best.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, he facilitated the creation of some amazing things. He pushed people to greatness, but at a massive emotional and social cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't really have a life doing it.
Nah, I mean, he did okay for himself.
Well, he did okay.
But yeah, right. Some of his employees could tell horror stories. But he went into Xerox and they showed him some of these things they're working on, including the first graphical user interface and the mouse.
Okay, I did see this
part. I
part.
was going to say, I thought you saw this.
Didn't he not copy off them? He like made his own, but he gained inspiration from
them.
No,
he got some information. He got like white paper stuff from them. Like he got some.
He did?
Yeah. No, he didn't just see it and say, I want to copy it.
Oh, okay.
No, now that wasn't all in the movie. In the movie, they just show him getting a tour of Xerox and showing those things. But he actually met with his development team, and they talked. They traded information. It wasn't like just he saw a demo. Xerox said, we don't have a need for this. We don't see a market for it, so we don't really care.
Okay.
Bit of a slip up. Bad move, Xerox, but whatever, your loss.
Yeah.
So then what happened is Microsoft had the Office stuff on lock.
Like the word
processing type stuff. Okay. And that was where Jobs didn't really have a strong presence. So Gates, who is also a pretty smart manipulator in the industry, he went to the master manipulator and manipulated him.
Yeah, I remember this.
Right. So they actually had a joint venture to create software suites together. Well, in order to build Microsoft to build software that would work on their new operating system with the graphical user interface, they needed to know how that worked.
Yeah.
And sure enough, Windows came out with theirs just about the same time.
Did it? Where did Windows bought DOS off somebody, which was like their underlying like operating system type deal, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, DOS was a graphical user, not graphical user.
It was just the command line.
Well, so what happened was, Gates sold a software package, an operating system called Disk Operating System that he didn't even have yet. He went to some board meetings, right? And he actually pitched them on, says, I've got this software, you need it. It's going to work for not just business clients, but it's going to be in houses someday, and you need something that runs those too. And they're like, well, okay. And they sold it. And then he like leaves the meeting, is like, well, now we got to go find this.
Yeah.
And so they found a guy who had an OS that was close enough. They relabeled it or packaged it, bought it off the guy for like 10,000, tens of thousands of dollars.
Poor guy.
I mean, it was a good payday. I mean, that'd be the equivalent of like a couple $100,000 today.
Yeah.
Which it was a good payday, but It wasn't a lifetime
Have you looked
thing.
at Bill Gates?
Yeah. His net worth?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other guy, he regretted it,
Yeah.
needless to say.
I know where this goes.
Yeah, a little too dark for this show.
Yeah.
Let's just say he visually showed all the people in his life how bad it was for him. So
he was not a happy camper.
we don't know if that led to his ultimate demise specifically, but it certainly is in the folklore.
Probably a contributing factor.
But we got way off the new Mac products. Look at the road you took us down.
I needed some history.
So no, and that was good though. That was interesting. So I'm still not finding all of the ports. And usually it's easy enough for me to find on their website. I don't know what they're doing here with this, but usually I can find it pretty easily. And they try. Oh, you know what? There's an AR. With the AR, sometimes you can like visualize what would go in the room.
And AR is augmented reality, by the way.
And then I can use that to change the sides. And their AR dummy doesn't have ports. Or oh no, it does.
Wait, let me see.
Okay. So well, see, as when I turn it around, you lose the.
Wait.
So it has two USB ports on the left and nothing on the right, according to the AR.
Yeah, I don't see anything on the right.
Yeah, that's why I thought.
Finally dropping the audio jack?
No, it's there. It's in the front with what looks like a slit. I don't know.
Maybe a SD card?
No, it's too long for an SD card. I'm thinking maybe it's like a slit for the radio waves, or a speaker grill.
Oh, it might be a speaker grill.
Yeah, I don't know if you can reset.
I don't think I can
reset the AR thing, but it's in the front of it. There is a headphone jack, which is good because they've been known to get rid of them unnecessarily. And that's.
Do you even I don't even really use the audio jack. Do you?
Sometimes, but you're right. I don't. Oh, you know what? There's a matching one on the other side, so I'm fairly certain that is a speaker grill.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's nothing on top.
So 2 USB-C.
That's it.
Probably Thunderbolt. I doubt they're going to do Thunderbolt 5.
No, but they'll probably be Thunderbolt 4. Yeah.
Thunderbolt 4 is very capable.
Which doubles as just standard USB-C for those that need it. So that's not horrible, but still, I think they should have at least 3. No HDMI outputs.
Okay, that's expected because that's only on the super big 15-inch, right?
I found a way to pull up just the item without the.
That is such a weird spot. For anybody that's wondering, it's like to the left,
like front left.
Yeah, it's like front left on the.
At least it's on the edge. I mean, if it was on top facing up or something, that'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Do you remember the Magic Mouse that had the charging port on the bottom?
I have one. I have one.
That was such an epic fail. What were they thinking?
If you want to use your mouse, you have to flip it upside down, plug it in, and then just leave it there.
Yeah, you can't use it while it's charging.
Yeah, no.
The previous model had removable batteries, and you never had that problem. It was just way better.
It was 100% better. Also, why does Mac do that? Have you ever noticed? I've changed a lot of MacBook batteries, and MacBook batteries are the absolute worst to change ever because they're segmented into 5 different parts and they're all glued.
Yeah. And then there's a really thin piece of wire that connects the different segments.
Yeah.
And if you pull too hard, you could actually dissect them, which if you're pulling it out anyway, just to get rid of it, I guess it's not that big of a deal, but you could have a better chance to cause a short or have a battery issue.
Yeah. And I've seen it where it's it messes with the trackpad too.
Oh, you can.
Yeah. But it's the worst. They have what's called pull tabs, which I know you know what they are, but I'll explain it. A pull tab is basically just think of an adhesive strip, so double-sided tape almost, and typically it's just there, and they leave a little bit out that's not sticky, so you can pull it out. That pull tab,
it's not great.
I'd say it's 50-50 if it's ever gonna work.
Have you seen the tech they put on the batteries on the iPhone 16s and up?
Yes,
with the 9-volt battery.
Yeah, the 9-volt battery, and it lets it go. That's sick.
That is some cool tech.
They need to add that.
Yeah, if you just touch a 9-volt battery to 2 contact terminals, it'll actually release the battery.
Yeah,
it's an electromagnetic hold, and it holds without the charge being applied.
I don't know how that works.
And then if you want to re-adhere it, you reverse the contacts.
Yeah.
And then it changes the electromagnetic state of that material, whatever it is, and it rebinds. I mean, that's just
it is pretty cool.
Very cool tech. Now they could do that for the laptops.
You know what they could also do for laptops that people have been asking for years? Touchscreen and Face ID. I don't think they have Face ID.
No, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, my MacBook has Face ID.
Must be nice.
Doesn't it?
I don't think mine does.
Does mine? Maybe it doesn't.
I'm looking this up.
I'm thinking it does because I'm so used to it. But you know what?
Probably your Apple Watch.
My watch doesn't have Face ID.
No, I know.
It unlocks
it. Yeah.
You're right. It's my iPad that recently got it.
Yeah.
They added it to iPads because they didn't have it for a long time either.
No,
You know what? You're right. But there is a rumor that this year we're getting the first MacBooks with touchscreens. Have you heard that rumor?
I have, but from what I've seen, from what Mac has stated before,
Yeah.
they don't want to do Touch ID because it's basically gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, it cannibalizes the iPad
Yeah,
market, is what they're
because
saying. Because once there's a touch screen, what is the iPad good for?
and
I
I've
don't know if that's true.
I've seen that the reason they don't do Face ID is because you need, like, a special camera in there for what they consider Face ID,
Yeah, well, yeah, because it
and
has to have an infrared blaster that
yeah.
can actually detect the contours of your face. It's not optical
No, yeah, no, yeah.
recognition only. It's full on, like, infrared depth sensor type
Yeah,
thing.
and so, I have a Dell laptop that has that exact same
Yeah,
thing.
Microsoft, has supported that on tons of devices for
I
years.
will say I do prefer M Apple's Face ID 1,000 times
Yeah, but
over.
it's only on limited
Yeah,
devices.
it's Mac has some interesting things, but
But
they
see,
say it's gonna be too thick in the bezel, that's what they say.
that's BS. If you've got it inside
The
of the
phone
phone.
and it's on the iPhone Air, which is, like,
Yeah.
that thin.
Yeah. No, that's an excuse. Like people were saying when they removed the headphones, "Oh, it's for the waterproofing," because those 2 things happened on the same edition of the iPhone, but it wasn't that. It never was, and Apple never really claimed it was, but people like, I think Apple was happy to let people think that's why they removed the headphone jack.
In the, warranty for, like, watches and phones and all that, so it makes sense when you think about it, but they don't really advertise it for water damage, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that they will only warrant, like, certain depths,
Yeah.
and that depth is different depending on if the water's salty versus not salty, which
It
makes total
yeah,
sense
yeah.
if you think about
But it
it.
also depends on the product. So I'm wearing an Apple Watch Ultra.
Mhm.
These are designed to be able to go scuba diving in.
Yeah,
Which means salt
like,
water,
up to 300
100
feet or
yeah, it's
something.
like it's, no, it's 300 meters or 100 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's pretty good for a consumer off the shelf
it
market,
is.
like this.
It's just like
But
I wish they advertised it more because I see all the warranty stuff that happens through Apple, and then they're like, "Yeah, this screen, even though you have Apple Care, is gonna cost you 2 grand to fix, just get a new MacBook."
no, they're not that expensive with Apple Care.
It's not, but with it because I think with Apple Care, they only charge you the hardware,
I
right?
happen to know a guy who relies on Apple Care quite heavily. Our common friend Justin
Oh,
and I've
yeah.
talked about this guy. He has definitely put Apple Care through the works. He's an expert authority on how it works. He knows the
We
plans
may need him to come
inside
in
and
and
out.
be one of the,
Yeah.
reps for them at this
He could
point.
be our person for that. So that's the only Mac product that you've heard about recently.
Yeah, it
'Cause
was the MacBook Neo.
there was a few new things that they popped up this last week too.
What'd they get?
So remember there was the iPhone 16e.
Yes, it made a 17E, right?
They upgraded to a 17e, and they very quietly upgraded the MacBook Pros.
Really?
Yeah, M5, M5 Pro,
Yes,
M5
okay.
Max,
Yes.
because they were on M4.
But they're only making M5 Pro, not M5 Air, I think. From what I've seen, I think they said they were gonna skip the airline this time
That
around.
might be. I'm not sure, but
'Cause yeah.
they have the Pro. So now they have the M5 and an M5 Pro chip and an M5 Max chip. So they've been upgrading a lot of things, and they also upgraded the base storage for the Pro models. They start at
512 now?
512.
You know,
That's the starting point.
I hate the naming scheme for those Mac chips. 'Cause
Pro and Max.
just like the Pro specifically, because you have a MacBook Pro that has a normal M1 chip in it, and then you have a MacBook Pro that has an M1 Pro chip in it.
I never thought about that way, but you're absolutely right.
Because me and you were
That's a bit of
talking
a
about this one
mental-
time when we were talking about my MacBook, and I was like, "I have an M1 Pro MacBook." And you were like, "So do I." But yours has the M1 Pro chip, and mine's just a MacBook Pro M1.
Yeah.
And it's the most confusing thing.
I never thought about that. You're like, what is Apple thinking?
Like,
Oh, these names. And then they also do the same thing with their phones. I mean, there's the iPhone 16 or 17 Pro and Pro Max.
yeah, and
And it's not 17 Max. It's a 17
Pro
Pro
Max. There's no 17 Max. It's only the Pro Max.
Right.
I don't know why. I feel like also people would probably go for a 17 Max just
Yeah.
because bigger screen.
That's what this one is. I never had the Max.
Must be
before.
nice.
This is my first time having one, and I do admit I like it. It was an upgrade I was kind of hesitant to make in the past. I'm like, that's a lot of extra money for a little screen real estate. But I do like it better, and the battery life is a little longer because there's more
Yeah,
room.
because there's
for
more battery. Yeah,
bigger battery.
even though it's a bigger screen, you still have that bigger battery.
Yeah,
so it
makes a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with it. It's not that much bigger in the pocket or the hand. It's worthy of the upgrade if you get. Well, I mean, I got it with my plan, right? I didn't go pay cash for this thing, right? I mean, it was attached to my plan, and it was a couple extra bucks a month.
Which is why you're still doing the Android challenge like 4 months in.
Yeah, I just checked today to see if I could move my other SIM, my second SIM, back onto this.
Still no?
I'm still carrier locked. So I think I have at least 2 more weeks, and then in 2 weeks, I'm gonna see if I can get them to at least let me unlock it. Saying like, I'm not leaving. I just want to add a second SIM from another provider. It's not that big of a deal.
Why don't you just switch to the same provider? I feel like you've explained this before.
I have a whole family plan.
Okay.
So my office has an office plan,
Oh,
and my
then you're
family
home
has a family plan.
on 2 different providers.
And they're in 2 different providers. And that's a lot of lifting. I'm not going to change my whole office just for my convenience.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with the family.
And the family plan, and my parents, I don't want to go through that whole headache. So anyway, so those are the cool Mac updates.
Did they make a iPad update at all?
I didn't see one. I think they did one not too long ago. Oh, iPad Air with an M4. No, yeah, that is new.
M4?
An M4 iPad Air. They made an update to that.
What'd they do to it?
They updated it.
Oh, like hardware wise, or I thought there was an iPad or a MacBook Air.
No, an
M4.
iPad Air.
Oh, iPad Air
with an M4.
Oh wow,
I think that is new.
That is new. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It starts at 128 gig storage, which isn't huge.
No.
But most iPad users don't need that much storage for it anyway.
Most iPad users also don't need an M4 chip.
Yeah. Right? Until they put that into another MacBook. Which, given time, I bet they will.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot they kind of silently released without having the big fanfare that they usually have.
Yeah.
Like the October thing when they announced all the other new phones.
Yeah.
They didn't, and they even announced a new phone this past week, which I thought was weird.
17E, right?
Yeah. Usually they save phone releases, but it's the value model.
And what is the difference between, like, I think I know most of the differences, but just explain it for
between the Pro, the Standard, and the E's?
Just the Standard and the E, because the Pro is the difference is the camera and all that stuff. But what's the difference between the base 17 and the 17E?
So they usually go a generation or two older in the processor,
right? Yeah.
Right. They don't put in the better components.
Yeah, it's always like the value stuff.
But they're okay. They're good enough. The batteries are fine. The processors are okay. They have less RAM. They usually don't have like the 4K cameras in every direction, but they still have, honestly, for the average end user, for like someone who just wants to have an iPhone but doesn't need to have the flagship.
Yeah.
I would support this for the average user.
Let me see something really quick, because when was the latest SE released?
Oh, SE's dead.
SE's been dead. I know that.
When the 16E came out, they killed the SE.
Okay, that's what it was.
It was like 2020 or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Was it?
Or maybe even a little after that.
The 16 only came out last year. Was it
so it was the 3rd gen was the last one that they put out. But I don't know the exact year. That's a good question for Googling it. Although it does look like they added MagSafe to the 17E, which is nice. That's I mean, there's some Pro-esque features that I have to give them. Oh, 22. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really not bad. Oh, and it doesn't always have the biggest screen. It doesn't have the highest quality LED display or OLED display that you're going to see on a flagship model. And it doesn't have like the multiple cameras. You know, you don't have the telephoto one, the macro one. You just have the one.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, because like the difference between your phone and my phone, I have the 15 base.
Ugh, that's so base.
is I only have the 2 cameras. You have 3.
2 cameras, and you don't even have a LiDAR on that thing? What a loser! I can't believe I'm seen in the same studio as you. That's embarrassing.
You know what's nice though?
So bad.
You know what's nice? If I ever want to have 2 phone numbers on the same phone, I can.
Well, I can too. Once my provider
in a
allows
couple of weeks, I could go do it right now. So
I mean, I could too if I threw down a little more cash. All right, fine.
With your Apple Watch Ultra over there.
So we have to do a follow-up on something from our last episode, because we were talking about your favorite AI engine, Claude, which
arguably
to me,
the best.
When I hear the name Claude, I envision an idiot, a bumbling fool, like someone that you hired to be a handyman, and now your pipes leak more than when he started. Like, oh, that dude's such a Claude.
So basically me working under
Yes, exactly.
you. Yeah,
I see you. So I think it's weird that someone wants to name something intelligent Claude, because I always envision the term Claude to be sort of a downgrade, sort of a negative term.
Yeah.
Not of endearment.
Yeah.
But whatever. Okay, so what did Claude do this week?
So there is still more talk about they're them talking with the government. They're still doing that.
You mean the owners of Claude?
Yeah, Anthropics.
Yeah.
So the company that makes it is still talking about
the government
releasing those.
Didn't the government ask them to give information, and they said, "Oh, we're not doing that." That kind
So
of what happened.
they kind of said that, but
Okay.
they're still talking about it.
All right.
And from what I've seen, the government is kind of leaning more towards Claude than any other AI. They were talking to OpenAI too.
Yeah, well, I mean,
which is ChatGPT for anybody that doesn't
right,
know.
and a big investor in that is Microsoft.
Mhm.
And I know that the government has gone with Microsoft for eons.
Yeah.
Like that's
like
government computers do not run on Mac.
yeah, no.
They don't even run on Linux. Oh, maybe the servers in the background.
servers
but
probably
the
do.
end user devices, they're all Microsoft. And Microsoft works very closely with the government. There's enough public data out there. Microsoft and the US government are cozy. And I think part of it is because it's all stuff done in our boundaries. It's a
Mhm.
US controlled company. It's US owned. The employees, I mean, there are global employees, but they can easily like
For the most part, yeah.
yeah, they can kind of put what they call the Chinese wall around the employees of the US division, and so everything is US coded and
Yeah.
whatnot. So there's that level of trust with Microsoft. So that's why I would think they would have gone with OpenAI, which is more of it's not a Microsoft product directly, but
Yeah.
it's definitely Microsoft adjacent.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. So OpenAI is like, all right.
Yeah.
Claude is regarded as like the top AI for doing a lot of stuff.
What are the
But
politics of Anthropic? Do you know? I'm just curious if
Like-
that plays into this.
I don't know, but I think they are US based.
Well, I mean, what about like company politics, corporate politics? Like Google has kind of is regarded as being a little more left leaning, and they're not talking to Gemini, right?
Are they really not?
Not, I mean, I haven't heard anybody talking about them talking to Gemini.
Oh, the government talking to
Yeah,
Gemini.
yeah,
no, I
right.
haven't.
Right? And I mean, Tesla and Grok, that could go either way, but the politics there are definitely at play
Yeah.
at this point. So I'm just wondering if Anthropic has any public politics that might be at play here. It doesn't sound like there are, from what I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see really quick. But yeah,
Because I think that's important. I think the government is trying to. I mean, sometimes depending on who the administration is, they purposely lean into who's in their party. But I feel like for this conversation, they're trying to steer clear of that.
I mean, I feel like yeah, they look like they're pretty just neutral
Yeah.
for the most part.
Which, if I owned a tech company, I think
I'd
I
want
would
to stay neutral.
I would try to do that. I don't want to, because you're going to upset 50% of the country either way.
Yeah.
Don't get in that mess. That's my opinion when it comes. Like, you can have your beliefs. There's nothing wrong with having them, but I wouldn't want that to represent my organization
no,
publicly.
'cause-
That just seems too risky
Yeah,
and too
'cause-
unnecessary.
Yeah, and also like typically companies are a legacy
Yeah.
too. So your company
Yeah.
will usually, if you're very successful, outlive you.
And then even if you are publicizing beliefs that you feel is going to your base, half of that base is going to think that you're just virtue signaling. It might not even be sincere anyway.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's risky.
And each side is broken up into like 17,000 different divisions.
Yeah, there's
too. So
sub-fractions.
yeah, so it's
right.
You can see it with Grok and X and all those. They always have drama going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
what's the drama though with Claw?
So it's actually funny that last week I had talked about how it had helped me do something that it probably shouldn't have.
Right.
Yeah.
The ransom letter.
Yeah.
Oh, I said too
exactly,
much. No, I just kidding. Made that up. Don't come arrest him.
Please don't arrest me. So what Claude got caught doing was some person managed to, and there's different stories on how they did this. A lot of it was just they basically just from what I've heard is there's two ways they did it. One of them was they talked to it long enough, and the other one was they asked it to help them with testing. Basically,
I heard both.
Yeah. So I heard, so that it was, they basically prompted Claude, hey, can you penetrate this?
Yeah.
This. And it was the Mexican government.
Like the country
Yes,
of Mexico.
Like the country
government
Mexico.
servers.
Yes, the government servers.
Wow.
And so it was like, can you pen test this? Which is basically just finding, open ports, open firewalls, vulnerabilities.
Right. I think he told Claude that he was like a hired
Mhm.
tester,
Yeah, it was something like
Yeah,
that.
to make it sound like, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on like a bug hunt or something like that is the terms he used. Something that says, hey, I'm the good guy. We're trying to look for weaknesses so we can make it safe.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Claude didn't quite buy it initially, though, from what I understand.
I think it did have a safety rail built in, but
Yeah.
I think he managed to talk it out of that.
Yes, that's the story I heard as well.
Yeah, he was, and then, well, I think his original prompt was also help me pen test it, which is basically just finding vulnerabilities,
Yeah.
and then exploit those.
Right, but then that was
And then
like,
it was like,
I
yeah, he
can't
had to
do
like
that.
talk Claude into it or something like that. Now, this is all the Mexican government has not officially stated that they were breached. They're still claiming that nothing happened.
Well, I mean,
Now,
I don't know about
I will
that.
say, I heard Anthropic banned the account.
Well, you think?
So I mean, if it didn't happen, then why'd the account get banned?
So did you have to create a new account? I mean, did this other person have to create a new account?
I was gonna go for any country. It would be. See, what would be a good country?
So I would do one of those countries like Cayman Islands or something where people like hide all their billions of dollars.
Ah, that's a good one.
The Swiss.
Yeah, I was
banks or
gonna
something.
say
Cayman Islands or Swiss.
Yeah.
Man, that's where you go.
I'm going Swiss because their tax laws are so lax usually.
Well, that's what the Cayman Islands is for too. It's a tax
Yeah.
haven for the rich. So if that's going to be your goal, that's going to be where you're going. I'm not recommending that, by the way, for liability purposes. I just want to.
Also, Claude supposedly or Anthropic has fixed this issue. They said,
Okay.
but
Well, of course they say.
yeah.
that.
So basically, let's explain what happened first, because me and you both know because we've heard it. But
Yeah.
basically, what Claude did was this guy managed to talk it into basically hacking into the government, the Mexican government,
Mhm.
stealing almost allegedly 150 gigabytes of tax data, voter data, like all that stuff. So like very
Right.
sensitive. I think it even got medical.
Oh, really?
I think
The government has medical records?
I think it has something
they
to do with
might have-
medical. I think it's like check-in. Like it's not like crazy medical,
and
but
they suppose it could be like a lot of other countries that have like a standard medicalized
Yeah.
program that the country runs, like how Canada does it or Great Britain or England does it. So
Yeah.
maybe they do. Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
they do have that.
so it was something like that. Like it got
Okay.
like super sensitive information and 150 gigs of it,
Yeah.
which
That's a lot of data.
150 gigs, like when you're thinking Windows, isn't that bad because that's like a couple of apps, but we're talking
Yeah.
documents.
I mean, if you set up a Steam account
Yeah.
and start putting games on there, 150 gigs goes
Gone.
fast.
but
But if we're talking text documents
text.
and records, that is
yeah,
a lot.
that is like the occasional PDF with like text.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of thousands, millions of records.
Yeah,
really.
and that's like a huge thing. But so, and I like how, so allegedly, I'm gonna keep saying that word because this is all. Don't take my word for it totally.
Oh, this is now gospel, and whatever is said here will be held against you in a court of law. Not me.
Okay,
I'm entrapping you. I'm working with the government to get you down.
Being as the overseer supervisor of Izzy Strut, this also reflects on him.
Exactly. What? No. What? No.
Not the company, just him.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so kind.
But yeah, so allegedly, there was only 4 to 6 human decisions made.
Wow.
And 90% of it, like 90, and what Claude will do is it'll also prompt you. So I'm unsure of those 4 to 6 human decisions were actual prompts that you typed out.
Maybe one of them is like, "Are you sure you really want to do this?" Yes. Like, are you really sure? Yes. I mean, that was like 2 of the prompts.
And
right
like, and using Claude, because I've used it on an internal network, it is scary how it can like do stuff on other computers as long as it doesn't even need to know the password sometimes.
Yeah.
I've had it just like go, and it's done it on its own. It's pretty freaky.
That could be freaky, yeah.
It's so like, because like one of my side projects right now, okay, is trying to set up my own internal network using a open source software called OpenWRT.
Okay, yeah.
Have you ever heard of that? Okay. So one of the things that is like dangerous is like OpenWRT, since it's open source and there's like ongoing fixes and stuff like that going to it. What happens if like if this AI hacking decides to take a curve? Then like even open source software will get breached, and open source software is typically on the safer side.
They say that, but here's my thinking. Because I mean, I've had this conversation with other people on the show before, right? Like, people say, oh, open source is much safer. And the reason why they say it's safer is because other people can catch things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to AI finding vulnerabilities, I think actually open source might be weaker.
Because it has the source code.
Because exactly.
Yeah.
So the AI can analyze the source code and find weaknesses. Closed source, AI doesn't have access to those. Now, if you trust the publisher, explicitly trust the publisher, I think closed source is safer in that environment.
Yeah, but like even
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mac OS though is based off of a version of Linux. Even
Well,
though Mac OS is
no, it's based off a version of Unix.
or Unix. Yeah, Unix.
Linux is also based off of
Version,
Unix.
yeah.
They have the same
because Unix
heritage
is like Unix was paid for, and then Linux was the free version.
Yeah,
that somebody,
Linus Torvalds.
Yeah, Linus, yeah. And then there was like another, the guy who went on. There's a whole history to that.
Yeah, I think we watched the same YouTube video.
By Veritasium.
Yep. That was a good one.
That was a good video.
What was the name of it? Let's just put it out there. So if anyone's listening, you want to go check out that video. It was an interesting video. In fact, I'm thinking of integrating the first 10 minutes of that into my curriculum when we get to the section where I talk about the history of Linux and where it comes from, because I like how they explain that. The rest of the video is about this other particular thing that happened, about how these other dependencies got kind of backdoor hacked.
Yeah.
But the first half is just history, and it was really well done.
Yeah, it was like how, let's see, the internet was weeks away from disaster and no one knew it.
Yeah, that was it.
Because of Linux being able to be breached.
Yeah, Veritasium. Go watch that video. It's really
I actually
good.
really like their videos. They usually do a pretty good
I watch
job.
A few of those.
Yeah.
They're pretty
like
good.
if you look at the Lightspeed one, that one's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they do have some pretty good videos on stuff like that.
Wow, we're both very nerdy. That's like our
that is pretty
our cue of like YouTube.
Yeah, tell me about it. Every single night this week I've had off for like the past 2 or 3 weeks at this point. I've been working on this router project in my house.
Okay.
I'm flashing. We're getting a little off topic, but I'm flashing a different firmware onto like Google Wi-Fi pucks.
You're doing custom firmware now.
OpenWRT.
Wow.
They actually support it, but it's like
on the Google Wi-Fi.
On the Google little puck.
Yeah, I've got those.
Yeah. The exact model number is an AC1304.
Yeah, okay, so that's the AC.
That's the Wi-Fi 5 version.
Which is not bad, but see, I got rid of those because they don't support Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing. My house doesn't support Wi-Fi 6,
so it doesn't matter to you.
Yeah, because I live in one of those cookie cutter homes, so it's just
how many of those do you have?
4.
Yeah, you have enough then.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I can get you another 1 or 2. I might have some old ones lying around.
Yeah, so I've got OpenWRT working on one of them.
Okay.
The other 3 have been the biggest pain. The first one, I think I just got super lucky on, but the other 3 have been a bit rough.
Okay.
So we're still working on it, but yeah, no. So I want to do.
So what's the purpose? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. So the main reason I want to do it, mainly, is just because it's just like a fun side project to do.
Nerd.
Like it'd be. You're not wrong.
Did I say that out loud? Oh shoot! Oh, the mic was on.
So I have a Dell Optiplex, like the mini, like
the one you got from class.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like from way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have one of those with a. It's a little janky. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if it's yours, it's definitely janky.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. I knew that just by knowing.
Oh yeah, my server starts with a bunch of pins wired up, and you have to jump start it.
Dude, you can't just afford one of those little like clicker jump starter things.
We're going free only.
All right, good for you.
But so
you need to volunteer at AZ Strep more, because we give volunteers a certain amount of tech, and that could probably help you out with some of this stuff.
Probably.
Just saying, come volunteer. We miss you over there.
You guys do?
Well, no, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we do. We liked you.
The store fell apart without me, huh?
Oh no, it's actually doing better.
Yeah,
but that's not the
point. But yeah, so with the whole thing, so I have a Dell Optiplex, like a mini one.
Yeah.
And it's got a USB to Ethernet adapter.
Okay.
Because you need 2 ports for a router.
Yeah, you need an in and an out.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, kind of.
WAN, LAN.
Yeah.
The whole thing. But
that doesn't make sense to most people. But
but
we don't need to explain it.
One's just internet coming in. Think of the other one as spreading it around your house. Basically.
Yeah. So one is to talk to your devices on your personal network, and one is to talk to devices on the internet in general.
But so I'm gonna use that as the router.
Okay.
And then the pucks as access points.
Yeah.
And OpenWRT, from what I've seen, has what's called. I mean, I know you know what this is, but it's a wireless mesh network.
Mhm.
Basically, just meaning the pucks will talk to each
Yeah.
other and route network
Well,
accordingly.
and I think most people have a sense of that because if you go shopping at Best Buy or anywhere else looking for a home router, you'll see those mesh network systems,
And they're great.
and they're good, and they're very, Logitech, was it Velop, I think, is one of them. Those Google Hubs are by default meant to work as a mesh network.
Mhm.
Eero
Yeah.
makes those. TP-Link does the Deco. So, I mean, they're very common out there.
Yeah,
People,
no,
I
they're
think,
out there.
yeah, I think people know that. But making your own, what's the benefit of not getting something off the shelf? I just still don't understand the benefit, except for the fact that you're a nerd and it's a fun project.
Well, it's gone from fun to more of like, now I just have to do it.
Okay, I can
But
appreciate that. All right.
The initial kind of like why I started doing it
Yeah.
was because it's free, and my router is
Okay.
my router
All right.
firmware. Are you ready for this? The most recent router firmware I have. Mind you, I moved here into my house in 2019.
Okay.
Most recent firmware for my router is 2018.
Whoa.
Not Cox. CenturyLink gave us like
CenturyLink? Oh,
I know.
gosh. Ah, sure.
I know.
I mean, I've been disappointed in you before a lot, but this takes the cake, my man. Come on.
Are you gonna say Cox or are you gonna say Google Fiber?
Google Fiber?
Yeah.
I mean, as a
They're
company,
not in my neighborhood.
I like them all. I'm a kind of agnostic. There's pros and cons to all of them. Like, I'm not choosing favorites. For like reasons
Except for
of
CenturyLink.
I'm not a fan of CenturyLink.
Neither am I.
I think there's great things about Cox, there's great things about Google Fiber, and there's cons to both. But I like the simultaneous up and down symmetrical speeds of Google Fiber.
I would say
But Cox does now offer fiber to the home in some neighborhoods
do.
too.
Have you actually heard about this? Cox has started moving into the mobile space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
They're starting to require, if you want a lower plan on your home internet,
You have to use
then
it for your
you
phones.
get the cell phone too to bring that bundling down.
Yeah.
They're starting to advertise some of that.
Yeah, I mean, I wish.
Which I get. You bundle services, you get a discount.
Yeah,
but
my neighborhood has Cox, but it's like not great.
do you know who their backbone is for their cell phone? Are they piggybacking on like AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon? It's got to be one of those three.
It's gotta. If I had to guess, I would say either AT&T or T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I don't, because Verizon has their own plan.
Well, everyone has their own plan.
Well, no, like,
I mean, look at Cricket and Mobile and like Mint Mobile. They're all piggybacking on one of those three too.
I mean like, well,
Verizon is their own.
No, I know Verizon's their own. I mean, Verizon has their own home networking stuff.
Oh, like Total by Verizon? Or no, you're talking about home stuff?
Like home router.
I'm talking about what their cell phone they're piggybacking on.
Oh yeah,
For the Cox cell phone.
yeah. I don't know what Cox would do, but I can't imagine it'd be Verizon.
Verizon does now offer home internet, as does T-Mobile.
T-Mobile does?
Yeah, that's who we've worked with.
Well, okay.
Well, yeah, internet lending.
I knew that one, but I
Yeah.
thought you guys were using it as more of like a because you guys use those like mobile routers, right?
Yeah, but our service we are not a formal service provider. We don't have the towers. So we have an internet lending program to help people who are in the educational realm who need access to the internet, might not have it otherwise. We subsidize it at a good rate, but it does use the T-Mobile network. Now it's not like a plan with T-Mobile that the end user has.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, it's not like it's not like a dedicated home networking plan.
But if someone wants to sign up for the AZ Strut internet lending program, we tell them you have to use the T-Mobile coverage map to find out if our service covers you, because that's really who we're using on the back end. But any of these other cell phone providers like Boost and Consumer Cellular and Cricket and all, they're all using some of those other.
Yeah, they're jumping on somebody else's towers and then they're piggybacking off.
And the dirty little secret is you're getting lower bottom rate service on those. That's why it's cheaper, because if there's a congestion, the people who are paying directly to T-Mobile
get the
priority
versus
And we actually have a good deal because we get our contract with them is more direct. So
so you guys are like, if it ever goes down and it's super congested, you guys are getting it.
We're among the higher build clients, I will say, or the higher prioritized clients.
Oh, okay. So
just put it out there. Just saying. All right. So let me tell you about my project, because I'm a nerd too. Rust Desk.
I have it. Use it all the time.
Do you have your own server?
I have not set up my own relay for it. I need to.
See, okay. So you already know what Rust Desk is, but let me explain. So that, it's really important for nerds to be able to remote into their computers wherever they are, right? I've got my home computer is also my server, and it's my
Yeah.
server for not just my entertainment, but also my documents and all sorts of things, right? And I need to be able to get into it sometimes from my cell phone on the road or when I'm at work and I want to get into my home computer. And so I've used stuff like Splashtop,
I've
TeamViewer,
never used Splashtop, but yeah.
VNC. Yeah, Splashtop is getting more popular.
Really?
I think. I don't, more people I talk to, I'm hearing more people using it. I bought a paid back when they were really new. I paid $1 for the app, and now I'm grandfathered in for life.
What?
I'm not paying
You
monthly
keep
for
doing
it.
this. So just so everybody knows, so we both have what's called the A+ certification through CompTIA.
Yeah.
His is grandfathered for life.
For life, baby.
Mine lasts 3 years,
Sucker.
and then I have to either get a new certificate or re-up it.
That's because my knowledge is so high that it's for life. Yours is 3-year expiration knowledge.
I think this is because you were around before the internet.
No. I mean,
are you like 800 now?
You are aware that I took the CompTIA exam through the internet.
Yeah. Once it had, like, the internet had caught up to you.
I took the first of the 2 exams in Hawaii, and I took the Core 2 exam in Guam.
So
just FYI.
What was the world like before Hawaii existed, though?
Before the islands were created by the volcanoes?
Yeah.
Well, there was a demigod named Maui.
Oh, okay.
And he had this fish hook.
Okay.
And I was there when it happened. He cast his fish hook down into the bottom of the ocean.
And pulled it.
And he pulled up. And that's where Hawaii came from.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Were you friends with Maui?
I was actually at the cool kids table. He wasn't as cool as everyone thinks. That's why he did that, to try and prove how cool he was. But we were all making fun of him.
Yeah, it's because you were around longer than Maui was, so you got grandfathered into that too.
Also, he's only a demigod, whereas I think I might be full god. I'm just putting it out there. Is that
of what? Not tech.
Is there a lightning bolt going to hit me soon? No, am I good? Okay. Got a little close to danger there. But so yeah, Rust Desk. I'm sidetracked on that one.
Just a little bit.
I don't know what it has to do with Maui, but I'm sure it's connected. So, but I also do like a little side hustle. I do some tech services for some of my, people that I've known for years. And so I have the ability to remote into a lot of different clients, and I've used different things. Well, Rust Desk is open source, but in a way that I trust, and it's free.
Yes.
There's paid tiers.
There's paid tiers.
But there's a lot of other ones that are free with paid tiers, but this one, the free tier, is astounding.
Yeah.
And I've been using that. But what I'm trying to do is what you haven't done yet.
Set up a server?
I want to set up my own server, because what's different about this, about Rust Desk, and again, I know you know this, but I'll explain this to everybody, is with these other services, one of the reasons why you're paying for it is because you install the software, and the software just kind of pings once in a while back to some server in the cloud somewhere. And then when you try and sign into that computer, you also go to that server in the cloud, and it redirects your traffic and kind of bridges you through to that other computer. Well, they have to have that cloud in the server that's paying for, their internet data and whatever to keep those computers talking to each other. And Rust Desk does offer that surprisingly for free on their free tier. But the thing that makes it more secure is you can host that server in the cloud yourself. And they made it easy to deploy.
I was going to say that I've heard from, like, I did watch a tutorial on it. It's like super easy.
Probably the same one I watched.
Probably.
But I will tell you this, I haven't got it to work right.
Really?
I can't. Yeah, it was yesterday that I was doing this. So, I'm still working on this. It's a new project for me. But what I did is I did install the base unit like you did, or use their servers, and it works great.
It does.
But I wanted to use my own server and really have
privacy
that, really good security. And then I could have even more access, because if I install it, my server on all these other computers, it's easier to see the list of all of my computers on my server.
That makes sense.
Because then I don't have to keep a memory or a log of the different login
codes.
You
can name it. Oh, for login codes and stuff.
For other computers.
Yeah.
Because let's say I'm using my cell phone to test signing up on a client computer or another computer I have elsewhere. And then if I go sit in my laptop isn't going to have the code for those other computers.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It is a pain.
Because I'm connected, so I have to have a database listed somewhere or something. But if they're all connected to my server, I can browse all of my computers on my server, and it's still free. So we have to wrap up in a second here. All right, 5 minutes. Okay. He's telling me he got my thing back. Anyway, so I want to do that, to have that private server thing all for myself. But the catch is I was able to get it to work on my network in my house.
Only on your network, though.
Yeah, so the devices in my house were connecting through that server just fine.
Yeah, but anything else?
But when I tried to get it on the public network, public internet,
Mhm.
I did this by having 2 different computers in the same room, but one of them was on
On a
a
hotspot.
T-Mobile
Yeah.
hotspot that was not connected to my personal network. So
Mhm.
that way I could really
Yeah,
simulate
that's how
it.
I test whenever I, like, make, like, URLs or anything
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
yeah.
So I did that, and sure enough, I couldn't get them to talk to each other, and I don't know, I mean, I know about port forwarding, and I'm not gonna dig into that now, but
Yeah.
I checked all those settings, I checked my router settings, I don't know what I'm missing, I feel like I had it all right, but I ran out of time, and I'm still not done trying to crack this nut yet, but I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, I need to do the same thing.
This Rust Desk thing, though, but the thing I like is even if you don't set up your own server, it
It
looks
works.
like it's really
Yeah.
good for free without having to be technical at all,
Yeah.
and without having to pay for it.
And one thing I'll say really, really quick is the reason also why I use Rust Desk over anything else, Rust Desk works on anything. Whereas
Yes.
TeamViewer is like Windows and Mac only.
Yeah.
Rust Desk, you mentioned it earlier, you can remote in off of your phone. You can remote in off of any version of Linux.
Yeah.
You can, and like with Linux, of course, you have to do some configuration, but
Right.
you can remote into literally any operating system
Yeah.
from any other operating system.
Well, you know what? I mentioned I have this lifetime account with Splashtop.
Yeah.
And they're great. But if that's the case, then why am I doing this? Well, I'll tell you, because I bought the app for $1 on my iPad.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how this works, but when I got grandfathered in, it only grandfathered iPads. If I open up the Splashtop app on my cell phone,
You have to pay for it.
it's not
Like
activated.
even logged into the same account and everything?
Mhm. I don't know
That's
why.
so weird.
And the other thing is, even though I have the lifetime account,
Yeah.
I only get 5 computers
Oh, that kinda
with that
sucks.
account. And so, like, I've got my parents' computer because I'm always remoting in to help them out. My parents have a condo. They have a computer there, so there's another one. I've got my personal computer. I've got a couple other things, and I'm already tapped. So as much as I love Splashtop, and I'd love to give them a plug, but I mean, the truth is,
Rust Desk,
Rust Desk is really,
it's up there.
even with a free Splashtop account. And yeah, the other thing is, so like if I want to check with my phone on a Splashtop, I have to go and actually get my iPad out
Yeah.
or something. And then the other thing is the compatibility.
Yeah.
Linux, Macs, Windows, it's
Phones,
ubiquitous.
tablets.
Well, you can't remote into a phone. You can just
No, you can remote
in
from a phone. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also like that if you install that one program on a desktop, that one program can be used to either remote into someone else's or make yours remotable into.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a security. You can still tell it not to allow
Yeah, no,
incognito.
there is tons of security
Yeah.
settings too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen, but they also have a beta terminal.
Mm.
That part's really handy
I haven't
too.
played with it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
played around with it a little bit. It's very
Well,
useful.
you've got a challenge.
Hmm.
Make me a working Rust Desk server.
You want me to make one?
Yeah.
Like at my house?
Yeah. Well, no, just make one for me that's portable, and I'll take it with me.
All right, I'm gonna make it a Raspberry Pi
I'd be okay with that.
3B.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You're okay with the 100 gig port or 100 megabyte port?
No, it doesn't have 10.
The 3B does not have a gig.
It's 10100?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and the Wi-Fi is like Wi-Fi.
But here's the other
5.
thing I like about that. So you don't need a super high powered,
No, it is very
because the only thing it does is when you're remoting into a computer, you're not going through that server.
No.
That server is only
It's just redirecting.
the server is just there to connect the two, to help them establish the connection, but it doesn't sit in the middle.
No, yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that much that it's not gigabit. It kind of doesn't, because it just needs to be responsive enough to tell the two computers how to talk to each other,
Yeah.
and then it steps back.
I'll see if I can do it with a Raspberry.
Okay. I was gonna say I could like loan you a Linux box and you could go from there.
Either way.
I put it on Linux Mint, but it's like a sub dev of Linux Mint that's lighter.
Okay.
It's supposed to be quicker. I wanted to have something with minimal resource usage.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was a pain in the rear to get Docker installed. I went with the Docker route, and Docker on this Linux
I would
Mint,
go Podman.
well, I think what I probably could have done is just gone like with like an Ubuntu, like a more standard Linux, because the instructions for that were more straightforward.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My bad. Anyway, now we're getting real.
Yeah,
in
we
the
are getting
weeds.
so
All right.
off topic.
I think we've had about an hour of chatting now.
We're getting yelled at probably.
Oh, actually, it's only just about an hour right now.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay. I lost track of time. I forgot to look at the time when we started, so I just kind of.
Yeah, I've just been
Just chilling,
Yeah.
just going for it.
I mean, yeah. I can talk to a brick wall. So
are you gonna do this? Are you gonna make a Rust
I'll
desk
report
server?
back on this next week.
Okay, make one for yourself first. Let me know how it works, and then I'll have you make mine.
Okay.
Or fix mine. But I'm not sure if that's the problem, because if I got it to work on my network, but it didn't work on a public network, I'm wondering if it was more my network settings.
Yeah, you probably do need to forward one port.
I forwarded 6 ports. It was like,
why would you? It runs through 443.
No,
it doesn't.
No, you have to. It's these weird ports. It's like 21115,
Okay, yeah.
21116, 21117, 2118, 2119.
Yeah, I saw that, but
Yeah.
then I saw that if that I'm thinking of Tailscale.
You're thinking of Tailscale.
Because Tailscale, if it fails on its native port, it redirects to 443.
No, this uses these kind of more custom ports, and it's a series of ports from like 2115 through 21119. So
I'll try it out. We'll
anyway,
see. Yeah.
If that's all it is, then I did do it right. I'm just having something weird with my server or my network, my router. I don't know. But when I get this working, I'm going to be able to have everybody who I'm constantly helping on this system and all of my multiple computers on this one system. It's going to be,
and I'm going to take compensation for half of it, for everything.
You haven't done anything yet.
If I make that server,
I've already done most of the work. But okay, fine. I'll give you a Coke.
I'll take that.
Okay.
We're talking about the drink, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess we can go that route. All right, fine, if you insist. But it's going to be lukewarm.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
No ice?
If you want it diluted? Do you really want it diluted? I don't think so.
Flat, lukewarm Coke is my reward for getting this. Okay. Yeah. I'm down for it.
But it's free.
Okay.
And I'm not going to spit in it or anything. It'll be clear. It'll be drinkable. I want you to know it's fully potable.
I think that might be the best gift you've ever gotten.
Yeah. I like that I had to put that disclaimer in there, because now you're thinking, what is he going to do to it? You didn't have that thought before I said that. Now suddenly you're like, oh man.
Yeah, this will probably go on a shelf, and I probably will not drink it, but
we'll find out. All right. Are we done? Do we do this? I think we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, once again, we want to thank, I guess we didn't say this earlier, but we want to thank one of our show underwriters, AZ Strut, Arizona Students Recycling Used Technology. They help make this show possible. We have started experimenting with recording the show. We haven't really published these video records of the video recordings of the show, but we might start doing that soon. We're experimenting with it now, and that equipment was donated by AZ Strut. So kind of a cool little element there. All right. Anything else you want to say? Any last words of wisdom to depart by? That's about as much wisdom as I thought you had.
You have to call in the real tech here in order to fix your rest desk.
No, it's more like I'm manipulating you to get it done for me, so I don't have to bother with it.
If that's what makes you sleep at night, we'll go with that.
All right, that's what we're doing. This has been another episode of the iTech Show. We will see you next time. Bye.